What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Sam the Beard Guy channel. So today, we're going to be doing a different video. I'm always talking about things to do to practice to get better, and I get a lot of great feedback on that, but I wanted to show y'all a weaker side of my playing, and I want to talk about the top 3 things that I absolutely suck at. Like, I can't do well. I don't ever attempt to do on gigs. I just never do it because I suck at it. So, yeah, if y'all like this video, give me one of those, like, sub, share, subscribe, notifications on, whatever. Help me out. So, yeah, let's just jump right on in. So the first thing that I absolutely suck at is stride piano. If you don't know what stride piano is, it is essentially going back and forth between bass notes and chords in your left hand. So there's no particular theory that I know of that dictates how you do this specifically. It's just you kind of just play whatever. The beginner way to learn this would just be one note. But when you start doing more and adding just more to it, it gets a lot harder. So see, that was absolutely terrible. My left hand's already exhausted. That's like really hard for me. I mean, even I messed the melody up because I was so fixated on this. It's just, yeah, this is something that I kept getting told to practice all the time in school in lessons, and I just never did. Yeah, I suck at that. So, I mean, stride piano is extremely outdated. It's not used a ton, but I mean, some of the old guys, I mean, count not Oscar Peterson shreds with stride piano, like an absolute beast. And so, if anything, take from me, I can't do it well, but if you're, looking for things to get better at, stride piano can be a great thing to learn, not because you're ever going to use stride piano, but it really helps you learn accuracy in the left hand, because you're essentially going all the way down to all the way up. Yeah, so I mean, I'm literally not even using my right hand, and I still messed up. So it's helping you get left hand accuracy, which is really important. It's also, I'm a big believer in just exposing your brain to thinking about new ways to play the piano. And even if you don't use that a ton on gigs, you are forcing your brain to learn how to do something different with piano. And I believe firmly that overall adds to your just aptitude and skill set as a pianist. So, I mean, you're essentially, you can do it like, if you're playing just like this. So that I'm only thinking about two things: left hand, right hand. When you add in stride, you're essentially almost thinking of three things in a sense, because you're hitting bass note, chord, bass note, chord. So you're splitting your brain in three different directions, if you want to think of it that way. So yeah, learn stride piano, not to use it on gigs, but just to expose yourself to more things on piano. All right, the next thing that I suck at on piano is my left hand being the dominant thing. As in, my left hand is a limp noodle when it comes to improvising, or really that's it. So I can walk bass lines, so that actually wasn't the best example, but I can walk bass lines somewhat comfortably because you're really moving in. All right, so I can do all that, and even that's not the best example, but I'm comfortable with that. But what if I tried to improvise with my left hand? That might seem like I'm doing a lot, but I'm really just like improvising a bass line because I can't improvise the same way. I can't do that with my left hand. And not that anyone's left hand has to be completely the same as the right hand, but if I wanted to do like, so a better example. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, so I know what a lot of y'all might say, oh, but that like 80% was there, but it just feels sloppy. It's not, my left hand just always feels like it's catching up. It does not feel like it's there. And so this is one thing that I just, again, did not prioritize in school when I was learning, and I should have, and I hate it, and I regret it. There are guys out there, the two that come to mind immediately, or the three, again, Oscar Peterson, the master of all piano technique ever. Corey Henry, y'all check out his Lingus solo. I mentioned that solo in one of my other videos, but his left-hand technique in that video, he just solos almost the whole time with his left hand. Well, that's not true. There's a part in the solo where he solos like two-handed at the same time. And then Jesus Molinas, actually also a technique god, does similar stuff. His left hand, it's insane. So I've always had fantastic right hand technique, and I never prioritized my left hand, and I hate that, and I regret that, and I wish that I could go back in time and practice that more. So yeah, left hand technique is super important. The stride and the improvising thing are almost in the same camp. I could have just summed those up into just one thing, but they are kind of different. But yeah, those are two really important things. All right, so the next thing, the last thing, the third thing that I suck at, and this is a very nuanced thing, but you know, yeah, I remember learning it in school. But when I was taking classical lessons, I would have to. There are classical pieces out there that are written where you can be playing stuff at the same time, and certain fingers have to be louder than the other fingers. And so finger independence when you're playing using fingers at the same time is something I'm not great at. So if I think about just playing, like playing a C chord right here, I want to hit, so I'm going to try and hit the C with my thumb harder than the rest. And see, what's happening is I'm like slightly glissandoing or rolling them, and that's not what I should be doing. That's hard. And then if I try to do E, ugh, that's even harder. Then G, I can't even do this. Yeah, absolutely. I'm garbage. Then B. I mean, that naturally sounds louder anyways because it's just the top of the chord. That's a little bit easier. So the C and the B are easy. One, because it's pinky and thumb. It's kind of just easier to articulate harder with those. So C. Then B. Yeah, I just suck. And what's really hard is the E and the G in the middle. So part of that is just the way chord structures work. It's harder to get those to resonate than the root and the top note, the seventh, the seventh or the B. It's a little bit harder to get these middle notes to stand out just because it is. But yeah, I absolutely suck at that. Like, I'm so bad. It's like I shouldn't even post this video. It's too vulnerable. But yeah, so those are three things I absolutely am garbage at. And I hate it, and I wish I was better, but I'm just not, and it's sad, but whatever. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed this, short and sweet, but I figured I'd just make fun of myself for a little bit. Don't be like me, practice these things, and don't neglect them. So yeah, if you like this video, share, sub, like, post, notifications, all the thingies. All right, y'all, thanks for watching. Have a good one.